join, so I'll just get on with making sure my video's starting to go. Bum, bum, bum. Let me know once everyone joins. Let me know in the chat once you're in here, because it's a bit slim. Hello, Calvin. How are you? Everyone good after that game? It was quite a good win. I'm just editing my video like I usually do when I do these lives. Let me know as well if you can all hear me okay. I always have this weird feeling that one day you just won't hear me. Love your video, thank you, best bros. I try my best. Hey Doug. Oh, Doug, I am so sorry you couldn't be there today. Doug lives up in Scotland and UK got hit with bad winds, which meant a lot of the trains weren't running, especially in Scotland. So I'm so sorry you missed out on it, Doug. But yeah, thought I'd do this. I haven't done one in a while. I feel like after the game where we have a little debrief, a little chat about the game. And I thought, while I'm starting to edit the video, let's do one because it's been a while. There's going to be loads more content coming up in February. Well, starting in February because I'm going to film a bunch. I've got a week off work, so I'm going to film a bunch of content for you all. Hope you all enjoy it. One of them will be a Q&A, and I'm asking people on my latest videos to comment on any questions you have on there for the Q&A, just so everyone can try to get to know me a bit better. But yeah, as for today's game, obviously a big win, 4-1 win for Liverpool against Ipswich, which the Ipswich goal felt a little bit devastating, just because Ali didn't get the clean sheet. But it was still, as I keep saying at the minute, any win I will take. Doug saying City's new defender is having a nightmare debut so far. So I'm not watched any of it. I've just come back in. And I was on FaceTime to my mum and she had it on and she went, oh my God, the mistake from that defender for City. And my mum didn't realise they'd signed a new defender. And I was like, is it the new lad? Is it the new lad they've signed? And she was like, I haven't got a clue, it's number 45. And I was like, oh, I think it is the new lad. Looked, it is. And she was like, oh, he's nearly crying. And I was like, I don't really care that he's nearly crying, but it does sound like he's having a really bad start to his time at City. But he's also probably not got the best City around him at the minute, to be honest. Veronica, High Courtney, great win for us. One cherry on the top. One cherry on the cake was Bournemouth beating Forest. Yeah, brilliant win for Bournemouth as well. I feel like Bournemouth beating Forest, was it 5-0 it ended up finishing up? It also, though, makes me a bit nervous with us going to Forest next weekend. It could be a massive form boost for Bournemouth, but it could also be quite a draining game for them. We'll have to wait and see next week how it goes, but it is definitely going to be an interesting one to watch, I feel like, with Bournemouth, because they're one of them teams at the minute where they can have a really good game or a bad game, or they took points off Arsenal this season, they've took points off City. It's a really difficult game at times. Sorry. Doug says, no, at least I'm down for the Newcastle game next month. But yes, it was very annoying, but glad we got the win. Next week, Bournemouth will be tricky, definitely. It's my dad's going to the Bournemouth game, so shout out to anyone who sees my dad there. But yeah, it's going to be a nervous one watching it. I'm going to have everything crossed because I just feel like it could be a little bit of a tricky game. No, I don't know anyone in India. Marcos Buenos, which I know is good, isn't it? I don't know the rest. But yeah, like I said, our game, I felt like, and I've mentioned this in the vlog, be interesting to know people's thoughts in the chat at the minute. For me, this was the first time I've seen such a big difference between Arne Slot's Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool. And the reason I said that, and I say it again in the video, so you'll hear it again later in the vlog. For me, first half of that felt very reminiscent of when we beat Bournemouth 9-0 at home. And I said at half time, I was like, do you know what, it does feel like that. Could it be that sort of game? And with Klopp, it probably would have been. It would have been a game where we still come out second half and play that heavy metal football. with Slot, he played it very wisely, and like I said, he got the win still. We knew he would have still got the win with us being 4-0 up when he started to make the substitutions. But he sort of goes to, right, manage your game time here, manage yourself, make sure you're not tiring yourself out, slow things down, concentrate on the passing and the possession. And that's a really wise move to make in football, and for it to work as well. Like, it's the first time genuinely I've seen such, like, that difference so blatantly between Slot and Klopp, which was interesting to see. And after the game, I was like, God. And he made really wise substitutions, it felt like. Was made up to see Gravenberch get some time rested. Was saying for ages we need to see him maybe having a bit of a rest. But it's such, I feel like there's so many positives from today's game to take. Obviously, the way Slot controls the game with the man management and that sort of thing. But then we still get a really good win. Obviously, the one negative being that the corner they score from. But it's going to be interesting seeing. Kevin says, how do you feel about the game today? Made up with the result. Like I keep saying, just get the win sort of thing constantly. But it was a decent performance as well. Really well man-managed, time-managed. Possession was really good. Felt a lot like a training session at times due to the possession we had. Doug says, do you think we rotate versus PSV? Maybe see a start for Fred Kia, is it? Definitely, I think there's going to be, if we don't see massive changes to the starting 11 in the PSV game, I'd be shocked. I think definitely, like we say, Chiesa I would see come in. Gravenberch, I would love to see rested for that full game. It's one of those then. Robbo, Simi, it depends who we want to go for. I'd possibly even look at a bit of a Conor Bradley, because really with Virgil and Ibu at the minute, there's not much rotation we can do there due to, obviously we've got Kwanzaa there, but with the injury at the minute we've got with Gomez. Obviously Endo could end up back there, but I'd rather see Gravenberch come on and Endo come on. It was nice to see Jayden Danns come on for a bit today, because we see Danns possibly start. Obviously we've qualified, and it would be nice to finish top, but it's one of those, we need a draw to finish top, isn't it, I believe? So it's going to be interesting to see, I think, with that PSV lineup, what we go for. Doug also saying Salah overtook Henry today. As I didn't read that as Thierry Henry, I nearly said Henry. Today to be the 7th all-time Premier League goal scorer. I saw that at half-time and it was made up for him. That, I think we look at Salah and we know we've got something special. We know we've got a world-class Premier League player that will be remembered for years to come. But I don't think we realise how much when you look at the people he's up there with. Thierry Henry is a Premier League all-time great. He's one of those where you look at it and you go, he's there with Shearer, he's there with probably Ronaldo and a few other players, and you look there and you go, Salah's now up there. It is pretty mental to look at. Made up for him. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Paul saying, I hope we get Celtic in the knockout round. That would be interesting, because I don't think we've ever played Celtic in a competitive game, have we? Because I know we were going on about it there was a Legends game, and we were saying how rare it is for Liverpool and Celtic to actually play each other. It's going to be really interesting, I think. Willie saying Ipswich was just trash. I don't think it was a good performance from Ipswich in any way. Obviously they're coming off of back of a massive defeat against City as well, which I think you look at City at the minute. I don't know how they're getting on right now, but I've saw they've not had a good start to the game. But you do look at it and you think it was the perfect time to play Ipswich, and at home for us as well. I do feel a little bit sorry for the keeper at times. He didn't seem to look too confident. And I was speaking with the people around me and we were saying, like, you're not going to be confident after being beat 6-0 and letting 6 goals in. But it was hard, I think, as well, for them coming to Liverpool at the minute with the form we're in. We seem to just be getting wins when we can. Derek saying Endo was a warrior today, but who got man of the match? Club-wise, who's got the official man of the match, I don't know. Do you think Endo was brilliant when he came on? But I'd already made my mind up on man of the match before then. For me, Dominic Szoboszlai had a brilliant game. Some of the chances he hadn't created, obviously scoring as well, was brilliant. And as I've just mentioned City. By the way, City are 1-1 with Chelsea now. Guardiola scoring for them. But going back to the game, yeah, I think for me, Szoboszlai had a really good game. And I feel like sometimes he gets missed out on the praise. So for me, it would be Szoboszlai. Doug also saying, do you think and I can't say his name, but I know what you mean. The foul on Endo was lucky not to see red today. 100%. At the time, I did think it looked quite high. I've seen it back as stills, not been able to see the video back yet. But to me, it does look like he's not going for the ball, and it is a very, very high foot on Endo. I think Endo got very winded, but then also there's a little bit of a coming together after the initial high foot. And for me, I do think it was a red. I think he was very lucky VAR didn't intervene. God knows why they didn't, but are we surprised with the officiating and the VAR at the minute? No. But it wasn't. It was one of those, he was very lucky not to get that red. Veronica at Anfield, do you sit in the same seat? No. So if it's the Auto Cup scheme, so Champions League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, at the minute, yes, I'm always in the same seat as I've got the Auto Cup scheme. When it comes to Premier League games, you will notice I'm sat all over the place most of the time, just because, one, I haven't got a season ticket. Two, I'm not on 13 plus, so I'm not able to try and get the same area each time. I'm on 4 plus, which means basically you get the ballot choices and it basically picks whether it'll let you have a ticket or not. And then basically each game I am trying my best to get a ticket at Anfield. Luckily I know a lot of people who might have spares now and again, so I get spare tickets from them. But other than that, I sit wherever I can get a seat basically. Paul, I think they knocked us out of the UEFA Cup a long time ago on about Celtic. Possibly did. I don't know who you guys are talking about, but Michael Jordan is still the best. Michael Jordan didn't play in the football or Premier League at all. He's a basketball player. So I'm not sure what you're on about either. But your name is a certain person who I shall not talk about, so it explains a lot. Willie says, those people praising and singing that today's squad will be cursing them when we play against a better team. Not necessarily. I'm definitely not someone who does that, and a lot of people I know them do that. There's the people that do that, the people online on Twitter. Twitter seems to be, or X as it is now, Twitter/X just isn't a good place in general, if we're all honest. And it's one of the worst places for football. It brings out people who don't really watch the game properly and sort of go, I hate that player's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. But then, like you said, yeah, next week they will be singing the praises, but yeah. Doug says, wait until you see the Arsenal red card. It will be interesting to see. I'm not singing I love Bruno Mars, but I'm not singing it, especially Thailand version, because I don't know Thai. Well, I don't... Is it Thai that they speak? I don't know how to speak the language of Thailand. So I was just checking up with that. But yeah, like Owen says there, yes, Cork, great game. Another 3 points in the bag, one step closer. Yeah, that's the main thing I'm taking from this game. Like I said, it was a good performance in my opinion. There was a lot of positives to take. But from these games, as long as we're getting the wins, that's it. That's the main thing right now. Paul saying, I think the club should give you a season ticket as a proper supporter who shows the club in a good light. I wish the club will not give people season tickets though. Yeah. And I wouldn't want to jump ahead in the queue sort of thing. I do think there's issues with the season ticket. Well, just the whole season ticket, I wouldn't say policy. Just season tickets in general, I think there's an issue with at Liverpool. I think that's another video to have. But yeah, the waiting list is a massive issue as well. I feel like I think it's closed off, and I get the reason why. I get that. But then there's a whole other bunch of issues that comes with it, meeting up with the membership and all that. That's a long story. But like I said, I don't think the club will ever give me one. But I am now going to go in and edit the video fully. It's all loaded up, all good. The video should be up maybe in the next half an hour to an hour. So before 7 o'clock, the video should definitely be up. Go and check out today's matchday vlog. Really, really good view of Salah's bow firing. Really, like, he was right in front of us. Love to see it. That's probably, I prefer that celebration more to him sitting down. Like, I absolutely, the bow firing celebration, he done it once to us, and he turned to the Kenny on his way back and started doing it again. He looked really happy, I will say, and he doesn't look like someone who will be leaving the club anytime soon with Salah. I think, for me, I think he might have progressed in the contract talks just off his off the way he was acting today. But yeah, check out the vlog. There's a brilliant view of that, and to be honest, it was a good seat in general. So like I said, before 7 o'clock the matchday vlog should be up. Go and check it out when you do. And that being said, I'll see you all then. Bye.